On Friday, Jacksonville sheriff's officers pulled over this truck after conducting surveillance in the area of Toledo Road and Powers Avenue. The officer is holding the men in the truck at gunpoint. The driver and passenger comply with officers' orders, but Lekian Woods gets out and starts to run, and an officer chases after him.
I'm gonna tase you. I'm gonna tase you.
Woods trips multiple times as he is running from the officer, who deploys the taser.
Get on the ground.
Woods is tased and falls forward. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says this impact caused bleeding and swelling to Woods' face. As Woods resists, another officer comes to help. He repeatedly knees Woods in the upper body. Jacksonville Sheriff's Office Chief of Professional Standards, Mike Schell, says Woods was resisting and the officer used force to gain control.
Give it a hand. Give it a hand.
One officer holds Woods' head down while another attempts to handcuff him. The officer then flips Woods over and strikes him repeatedly. Woods, visibly bloody, still resists, and another officer elbows him in the face. Sheriff T.K. Waters says officers did use force against Woods, but says they acted appropriately and within department policy.
All force, all violence is ugly. And just because force is ugly does not mean it is unlawful or contrary to policy.
But Sheriff Waters says the cell phone video taken of Woods' arrest by someone nearby was intentionally altered to imply one of the responding officers kicked Woods as he was handcuffed. He says this is not what happened.
It looked like he was either stretching or he hurt it. So we did this for a couple of times and then he turned around. When he turned around, he just did this, and it looks like the video was reversed to make it appear he had kicked the individual.
This is the mugshot of 24-year-old Lekian Woods after he was arrested Friday. The Jacksonville Sheriff's Office says he is affiliated with a local undocumented group connected with violent crimes. Woods is on felony probation for a prior armed robbery.
You notice how they always bring our fucking background up, or they make a background up, a criminal background on us when we the victims? Nobody gave a fuck, or nobody asks what gang he is affiliated with. That could mean he just live in a gang-related neighborhood. I don't mean he's a gang member. I know you're asking why he run. Why the fuck not run? Fuck these cops. Why they got us at gunpoint? For a fucking traffic stop. Let's get into it, man. Welcome back. The Bareback Podcast. I'm your host. So, Jacksonville, Florida's back in the news. A young kid who just simply ran for the police got tased and beat the fuck up. Lekian Woods was assaulted by police. He was tased. He was handcuffed, apprehended, and then assaulted. It's bad enough he fell and hit his fucking face, but the cops done pounded him out. Okay, let's go. So, history has it that Florida always had racial tension, right? You know, Andrew Jackson done slaughtered the Seminole Indians and made a move to Oklahoma, you know, the Trail of Tears. And we know about Rosewood. I have family in Florida. Like my grandfather's from Florida, Willie James, right? I have cousins in here I care about. They in Florida, right? You know, a few months ago, about a month ago, it was a racist shooting, you know, in Jacksonville. When a Mammy was, you know, saying some bullshit. I did a podcast about it, right? But now we here. And I don't see no outrage, right? And not only did the kid get fucked up, eyes closed, right? Like, it kind of reminded me of Emmett Till. It's kind of fucked up. You know what I'm saying? Young kid. All he did was ran. And I know people going, he should never have ran. He should have complied. Every time we comply with police, we end up fucking dead. Every time it's a police stop in these cars for tickets and small shit, we end up dead, right? But they always apprehend, you know, white fucking terrorists and white mass shooters. And they give them fucking Burger King. Like when Dylan Roof shot them people in South Carolina, right? Killed 9 people, right? They arrested him with no incident. Get a little motherfucker Burger King.
Charleston shooting suspect Dylan Storm Roof got a free meal from police on his way to jail. They went to Burger King. After about 16 hours on the run, the admitted mass murderer complained to cops arresting him in Shelby, North Carolina, that he was hungry, so police got him food from the nearby fast food joint.
Ted Bundy apprehended, no problem. Timothy McVeigh, no problem. It's fucking terrorists and serial killers. All these terrorists and serial killers always get apprehended with no incident, right? Because they white. Black motherfuckers are dying for motherfucking traffic tickets. Now, the kid didn't die. The kid obviously know who he was fucking with. 4 police officers. One had 2 bodies. One of these assholes had 2 bodies. 1 ran a black man over. 2 beat up black women. All the victims in the cases happen to all be black. None of them white. None of them Latino. None of them Indian. None of them Asian. None of them Jew. It's always seemed to be us that be victimized. And I don't know what this motherfucker was. He appeared to be black. He might have been Haitian. He might have been a Latino. But he don't identify as black. This cocksucker cop named Joe Sugaringa. It's one of the victims he killed in cold blood. Yeah. That's what we're dealing with. Killed somebody 2015, killed somebody 2020, right? It's funny how on every job, right, you get random tests. Like, you know, I drove trucks and we get random drug tests. No one tests these police for cocaine, methamphetamine, steroids. Let's be clear. Police are gangs. Now, I know that sounds extreme, but I could prove it. LA County, they identify at least 6 gangs.
Dozens of LA County Sheriff's deputies have been ordered to show their tattoos and be interviewed about alleged gang ties.
The investigation by the Office of Inspector General comes after years of accusations of deputy gangs within the department.
The executioners, the banditos, the regulators, the gladiators, and like 2 other, right? These are Mexican gangs. These are Mexican gangs. They're allowing foreigners to police Black Americans, immigrants.
More great news for immigrants in the state of California. Hi, I'm attorney Angelica Jimenez, and a new bill has been presented which will remove the requirements that exist to apply to become a peace officer or police officer in the state of California. Previously, you had to be a U.S. citizen or a legal permanent resident applying for U.S. citizenship in order to actually apply as a peace officer. Now they're changing the requirement to only having to have a valid work permit, meaning you just need authorization for employment in order to be a peace officer or police officer in the state of California.
And the thing is, they even trying to allow illegal immigrants or motherfuckers with visas to police us. All these people have anti-black sentiments. They all come from countries that have colorism and racism in their own countries. And they come here and they're predestined to have, not only to have colorism in their own city, they come here and they have more of a disconnect because at least in their own country, they can feel, okay, they're Latinos like me, or they're Haitian like me, or whatever like me, African like me, know what I'm saying? But the colorism is this, or the Indian like me. But when they hear, they have zero connection to us, no loyalty to us. Even though that they're policed because of us, even though they're here because of us, right? They're weaponized against us. And I feel personally that policing should be segregated. There should be no Kins, Latinos, or none of that shit in black communities. As there should be no black people in their communities. Because we have a bias. People always have bias. Already know that. Police, like white people slide. I know white people who got caught with drugs, sleeping in the fucking parking lots with needles and crack and those types of shit, and they lap. Police see it, broad daylight. Tell them to go, get out of here. Keep them the drugs. A brake light could be out, and that could be our death. Something that supposed to result in the ticket could lead to our death, right? We're supposed to comply with these people. Why? We should always resist arrest. We should always run from police. There's not a black American that don't see police and don't get some type of anxiety. I don't care what their walk is in their life. That's one thing we all have in common. We all have police trauma. Because police was designed and made to police black Americans. Nobody else. After they freed us, they got all that free labor and shit. They had to find a way to put us in bondage because it was too profitable. So they had prison leasing, the black laws, the black codes, like during Jim Crow and all that shit, convict leasing. So not only were blacks picked up for not having ID, for not having jobs, or for dating white women, they kept us in it for 5 to 10 years just to get free labor out of. And the fucked up thing about that is they said slavery was better than convict leasing because at least the slave owners seen you as property and they didn't want to kill their property. 25% of the inmates who was convict lease died because they ain't belong to nobody. It was just free work. They just framed them. America has a history of framing us. Think about Central Park 5, right? These was innocent people that police just picked up and blamed. I personally was framed by a cop over some Bobby Hayden. When I was 19, I came on my baby mom's grandma crib and I was going through the back to Joanne crib. Hayden had to be behind the building and he sees me and he chases me. I get away, but he catches me eventually, right? I don't know if he put it there, but he spent about an hour and a half looking for drugs. In my neighborhood, in that area is full of fucking drugs. You're not able to find a gun. He found some drugs and he blamed me, and I got charged for it. And I was too young to know that I could beat the case. I took the case. I was in college. I was paying for my own college. And the cop was my cousin. A white cop never even arrested me. It was the coon cop who that's my mother's first cousin who arrested me, Bobby Hayden. Now people saying I deserved it because at the time I was indulging drugs. This is fine. But in his police report, he didn't say he found it, wherever he found it at. He said it was on me. It was in my pocket. To top that off, I caught another charge, and after I beat the charge, he came to court to my VOP to say I was a criminal in my community. I was good in my community, so I got more time. So he came to court twice for some shit that he had no business doing. And this is my mother's cousin, right? Getting back to the point, this young man was abused and assaulted by police. Police shouldn't have the right to assault or harm nobody. If we can't do it, they shouldn't be allowed to do it. You know what's fucked up, even more so fucked up than that? When we sue the police don't pay, personally. The police department don't pay. Taxpayers pay it. That man's family, if he's suing, his family's community is paying for that. Police, they're not accountable to their actions. You're talking about police reform. It's like they get more funding and more programs, and they get more military equipment to police us. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, when ain't no blacks around, of course they attack Latinos, but they never attack Indians. You never see an Indian being killed. Not Native Americans, like a dude from India. You never seen none of them being harassed or shot or killed at no fucking traffic stop. You never see a Chinese man being beat up and all that shit, and they be trafficking human people and shit. All these fucking spies. You don't see nobody but us. People who look like us. Even some immigrants fall victim to this. These people are police, but nobody polices the police. We can't police ourselves. See, police treat black communities different than they treat white communities. In white communities, they serve and protect. They be like, yes, ma'am. How you doing? May I see your license, please? In our community is stop, frisk. Where the drugs at? Tell me something. I know you know something. Who got guns? We got SIU. We got narcotics, all types of shit. FBI investigating us and shit. And the same shit happened, if not worse, in these white communities. But since we poor because the system made us poor, we can't fight cases. We can't sue because we don't know how. And we can't really defend ourselves because we need white lawyers and Jewish lawyers to talk for us when it's obvious shit. Like, why is the law so complicated that we can't talk for ourselves? This didn't happen. This what happened. Why the fuck we gotta sit in prison or sit in a county for nonviolent offenses? Why do we do 20% more time than anybody? Why is it that we get put over 4 to 5 times more than anybody for tickets and shit? Why are we targeted? In Connecticut, that is found out, like, I forgot how many, but like probably like a certain amount of thousands of made up fucking white people because they had to balance it out because or the unfair black tickets they wrote. They target us. They make quotas. They're incentivized to make arrests. Quotas in our community, not in white communities, not in the suburbs. They don't treat them like that.
The quotas are mainly in areas that are considered higher crime areas, which are also areas that predominantly minorities live. This is the paragon of systemic racism. According to the 14th Amendment.
And we don't get representation. None of our representation talks about the police brutality. Just talk about police reform and trying to make bonds with police in the community. Fuck all that shit. We don't need no fucking bonds. We need to talk. We don't need police. Police don't stop nothing. Police commit more crimes than they prevent crime. They kill. They frame. They blame shit. They instigate. They've instigated beefs with gangs. The media doesn't help. They dehumanize us by showing us as criminals being arrested, raised in indictments. Even though we be innocent, they show us being arrested when it's more white crime. They make us the face of everything. Face of crime, the face of AIDS, the face of all types of, face of welfare. When they do this shit at a higher rate. And not to mention, white people get more breaks than us. Like I said, I know some people who got caught with drugs, get out of here. And they'd have been black, there'd have been 3 people arrested for fucking 5 years. The crack to cocaine ratio was 1 to 100 because they thought that blacks, they crack more than white people. Surprise, motherfucker. White people love crack more than black people. Come to find out, they say that the black community and the white community do drugs at the same rate. That's a fucking lie. Because they always underreport the shit that white people do. They always underreport white crime. Even though white people, right, commit more crime than us, and we the face of it, you can't imagine shit they get away with that sweeping under the rug. You can't imagine the deals they get when they don't go to jail, when there's deals they get that they don't get records. Even when they child molest people or they rape people, they go home with probation.
Also from Niagara County tonight, there will be no jail time for a man who sexually assaulted 4 teenage girls in his Lewiston home over the span of 3 years. A Niagara County court judge sentenced 20-year-old Christopher Belter to 8 years probation. He'll also have to register as a sex offender. 7 Eyewitness News senior reporter Eileen Buckley was in the courtroom when the sentence was handed down today.
Through treatment and reflection, I've come to feel deep shame and regret for my actions.
Kill people and they just go home. Why should the police be allowed to kill people and go to fuck home? How are police not set to the same standards that we are? The police ain't better than us. In LA, the LA County in the 50s used to recruit people from the South because there was a Klan. And it's so much shit we got to go through with these police, man. We should always feel like how we felt when Rodney King got his ass beat. People give NWA a bad rep. I saw some shit about I was gonna do this podcast about NWA, but real shit is more important than entertainment, right? So Special West said that NWA had a negative effect. And that could be true. I'm not getting into that right now. But I know one fact they did have was fuck the police. And that shit had people turning the fuck up. And it's still fuck the police. That's a positive impact because the police don't give a fuck about us. How many people the police killed? They been killing motherfuckers since George Stimmy. 14-year-old kid got that electric chair. They killed Timmy Rice 2 seconds after they pulled up because he had a plastic gun. George Floyd, Tiana Taylor, Freddie Gray, Malik Jones in East Haven, Philando Castile in front of his 4-year-old daughter. Michael Brown, 18. Laquan McDonald, 17. Chicago, Alton Sterling, Terrence Crutcher, Stephen Clark, Atiana Jefferson, Breonna Taylor, Jacob Blake, Rashad Brooks. You know what inspired the Panthers? The death of a 16-year-old Matthew Johnson in 1966. These cops killed an unarmed teenager. They've been doing this forever. And when the Panthers finally formed, it was legal to carry guns. Now they got all these gun laws because they don't want us to arm ourselves. Every fucking year, it's a fucking new gun law taking out gun rights. Only like it seems like in Democrat cities, and so in Democrat cities all seem to be where the black people at, but in the woods and in these Republican rural backwoods, yeah, guns galore. And not to mention in these red states, people who are allowed to have guns, these young white boys be mass school shooters, church shooters, Walmart shooters, military base shooters. We need to start pushing police self-defense laws. We need police self-defense laws. We need to be able to get back at the police before they get us. It need to be law saying that if police does something wrong to us, we have the right to retaliate. And not only on the scene, I'm talking about come to their house. We need to be able to come to their house and hold them accountable. We need a system that holds police accountable. We can't depend on this fucking system. We can't depend on the Supreme Court. We can't depend on these judges. We can't depend on the fucking politicians. No one holds these people accountable. That's why gangs need to fucking organize and come together so they start killing each other and focus on the real enemy, and it's these fucking police. People we're supposed to be able to trust. But every time we fucking trust them, they fucking killing us. They framing us. There is no way to vet a racist. They can smile at and behave and be fucking racist. And not only that, you got racists in charge. They be in the head of all this shit. They be Klan members, neo-Nazis. It's history of all this shit. The whole police organization was made to oppress slaves first and foremost. It was the slave trade in America. They only get black police to arrest black people. You don't see black police too often in the white communities. If they do, they ain't doing no fucking arrests. These white communities got people they could call. They could call the mayor. They could call the governor in these suburbs and shit. We can't do that. We call the alderman and he get fucking son. We can't even call the mayor. They're just gonna keep killing us and keep doing the fuck they want to do to us because people want to march and shit. We let Black Lives Matter take the whole fucking air out of fucking cell. We let this immigrant homosexual group take the air out the fucking cell. And they made money off. It was the whole world movement with this Black Lives Matter shit, and it was all a fucking scam. Even Candace Owens' coon ass was against this, and she's an immigrant. I finally agree with Candace Owens on some shit. That these fucking immigrants should be held accountable. The immigrant women, they should be held accountable for the fraud they did on Black Lives Matter. They use us, we the Black Lives, that's supposed to have matter, but yet that they got the fucking money. George Soros funded this bullshit. It should be called Black American Lives Matter. Because we the ones that's dying. We the ones that's turning up. We gotta stop letting these fucking people like fucking, all these fucking scumbags like Jesse Jackson, Al Sharpton, fucking that lawyer Crump motherfucker, Fuck all these people, man. They can't speak for us. And people are so quick to get a motherfucking bag about it. They want to get these fucking $1 million checks after the people don't fucking die. Y'all want to forgive shit. Fuck forgiving. That money don't mean nothing. That's some fucking, and the people who accept this money, fuck them too. They're scumbags too. If people fucking dead and you on camera going, let's keep the peace, let's march and do all this shit and go this fundraising shit because it's money, because you get the bag based on it. Man, fuck that shit. Money, man, fuck money. Fuck capitalism. Because capitalism, in a capitalist society, money make everything okay. And money don't make shit okay in reality. Money ain't fucking God. You can't eat money for real. Money is fucking racism. Capitalism is racism. This whole bourgeoisie shit is out of control. The government got too much power and they're not accountable. That's why they let all these immigrants in, because they could mitigate shit like Black Lives Matter. And when we supposed to be turning up, people like Black Lives Matter come in front of their fucking camera and diffuse all our energy and shit. We gotta report all these fucking immigrants, my nigga, because they fucking up everything, son. We supposed to, if it was just black Americans here and no immigrants, my nigga, shit would be different, because we will always be turned the fuck up. Scorched earth policies will be in place. These people come here, and all immigrants, African immigrants, Latino immigrants, they all come here and side with white supremacy. And especially the Indians and the fucking Chinese. Don't get me wrong, there's always a few that stray off course and be down with us. And power to them. But for the majority, it's fuck all of them. Like, hold on, man. So, my nigga Ant Bug, we had a fight, you know what I'm saying? He came to my crib high, dusted. Kicked him out. He ended up going to New London. Now, he committed a crime. He ended up stealing a fucking truck. And the truck ended up crashing and it spills over. Police come on the scene. My nigga wasn't armed. He stole the truck. He was wrong. He deserved to be arrested. I agree with that. But they shot my nigga like 7 times. He lost his legs. They shot him for no reason. There was never no gun. He never had no gun. He didn't pose no threat. My nigga lost his legs. You know, they put him on painkillers and shit. He ended up doing dope because of the pain. And he started doing dope around the time fentanyl came. My nigga died from fentanyl because the police shot him. Yes, he did the crime. I know what y'all saying he committed a crime. But they get a crime don't justify a fucking murder. It wasn't a violent crime. We are dying for non-violent shit. We are in prison for non-violent shit. This is bigger than Lekian was. This is systematic shit that we go through all the time, and there's no change. It's never no reform. Fuck the marching shit. Fuck $1 Million Man March. Fuck all that bullshit. Ain't nothing changed since Malcolm X, since Martin Luther King, since motherfucking the Black Panthers. We've been saying the same thing, and somehow our message from them got disconnected with a bunch of goofy shit in between. All this kumbaya shit gotta stop. All this marching shit gotta stop. There's no point to fucking marching. And fuck your Jesus. I don't wanna hear nothing about your fucking Jesus and forgiveness. I don't believe in that shit. And that shit ain't even real anyway to believe in. Y'all gotta stop letting that Jesus shit. Start practicing hoodoo or voodoo. Anything that give you power to fucking get your get back. Christianity turn out the chicken on. Fuck all that shit. I'm for the smiting part. Get to that part of the fucking Bible where they was smiting shit at. Eye for an eye. Get to that part of the Bible. Y'all never talk about that. I hate y'all fucking Christian niggas. It ain't personal how I hate you. I hate the Christians. Christians I love. My grandma was a Christian. And my people are Christians. But when y'all start talking that shit, when it's time to turn up, I ain't got time to hear that shit, because I know that shit ain't real. There's no way there's fucking raping my ancestors talking that Jesus shit at the same time to them. Talking to Jesus shit to them, and at night you're fucking them and raping them. Now even men, women, and children is getting fucking raped while they gave us Jesus. Men, women, and children was getting hung and getting beat. It was fucking worked to the fucking bone while preaching this Jesus shit. I don't give a fuck about your Jesus shit. Don't talk to me on no fucking Jesus or no fucking Bible. I don't want to hear that shit. Let's talk about the fucking smiting part, the vengeance part. Talk about that part of the Bible. Talk about Jesus coming back on a fucking white horse and Michael and all that shit when they was doing shit in Revelations, how they was coming back to make shit right. I don't want to hear about the forgiveness shit. I don't forgive shit. I don't forget shit. I don't forgive nobody for nothing. Once you trespass, it's on forever. I don't give a fuck about you. And that's anybody in life. Once it's over with me, it's over with me forever. I don't give a fuck about you. And I don't give a fuck about people who go against my fucking people. You got these fucking Latinos, you got these fucking Indians, you got these fucking Africans, you got Ramaswamy, you got all these fucking people who are making the whole fucking political runs based on oppressing us. All the shit we did, all the contributions, and fuck all that shit. Yo, I'd rather them kill us all, my nigga. Y'all be on some coward shit, nigga. Y'all can like fucking guerrilla warfare though, don't win in wars. And like Vietnam wasn't won with guerrilla warfare. That shit happens, my nigga. They don't respect shit when we turn up. They don't respect when shit is being scorched and shit and smoke is in the air. That's when laws get changed. They don't get changed by marching. They don't get changed by forgiveness. They don't get changed with settlements. And the fucking settlements is you paying for it anyway. My nigga got shot by the police, lost his legs. The police lost nothing. He got fired for a little while. He got rehired again. And it's the same police department that fucking framed me. I'll show you the clip. I got arrested in New London for some shit I ain't even do. I was charged with crack. I was charged with motherfucking 100 grams of crack. I was charged with motherfucking with PCP. Come to find out, the same cop who arrested me, I forgot his name, fucking framed somebody else, and I got off. I'm gonna show you the shit. We can't put our trust in these fucking people. It's the same with the fucking hospitals. We can't trust these hospitals. That was killing us during the jab. Everything is against us systematically, my nigga. I was talking to my homeboy Fat A, right? And we was talking. He watched my podcast, you dig? He watched my shit. And I'm proud he watched my podcast because now we can have a grown man talk. Because the nigga was ignorant as fuck. The nigga was just ignorant as fuck. But we talking about the black community. His whole thing is we kill each other and we didn't even show love to each other. I was like, yeah, my nigga, that's a micro level. But on a macro level, it ain't us doing that shit. It's white supremacy that created these conditions. We came to a conclusion that we both agree. I ain't saying we don't gotta fix the micro shit. We do gotta start respecting each other and loving each other and moving with each other and all that shit. I do agree with that. That has to happen. But it's a bigger picture. And the bigger picture is always gonna be white supremacy. That's the blame for everything, man. If you got a problem, blame white supremacy. Can't get a job, white supremacy. You don't get good schools, white supremacy. You're in a bad community, white supremacy. Cops harassing, white supremacy. Cops killing us, white supremacy. We getting more time for the system, white supremacy. We getting locked up, white supremacy. Because they target us and it's all white supremacy, my nigga. I know Lil Cuz, I know Lekian was, Lekian, what that nigga name is, we're gonna wear that as black American names. I know the nigga gonna sue and all that. I mean, thank God he ain't dead. And get your money, little nigga. Know what I'm saying? But nigga, fuck all that shit, man. The people are paying for that. The public's paying for that. They don't give us reparations, but yet I bet we spent trillions on reparations, on cop reparations, cop payouts. How much money did the people, taxpayers, paid for cops killing niggas and cops falsely accusing niggas? Every other day is people being released from prison. Cops had to do that. Cops had to make these reports and arrest these people. Cops and detectives and prosecutors and judges. It's a whole system that feeds all these people jobs. How many black men innocent in prison who cop out because they tell them if you cop out, we'll let you go? How many? It's untold amounts. They act like we do all this crime. We do some crime. Less than 1% of the black community do crime. It looks like it's a lot because propaganda, because TV show us a lot. It's not really, we don't do really a lot of crime. And certain crimes we do. Gang members only kill gang members. Okay, here and there, you might have a stray and somebody might innocent casualty. That happens. But for the most part, gang members, you look like a gang member, they gonna fuck with you. Selling drugs, that's economics. The government, CIA, started that shit. They did all that shit. They deprived us and gave us that shit. But yet, people want to blame the individual. You can't blame the individual. Because we're not individuals, we are a collective. And an individual don't attack us. It's a collective that attacks us. It's not a white person, it's a white system that attacks us. And not all white people are racist, because some white people are fed up with this shit too. And some white people talking some good shit. I mean, and some white people are sacrificed. For the most part, my nigga, we as a people, as the black people first, and as Americans second, need to check this fucking government. It need to be some checks and balances. There are none. Every time it's tax cuts, that affects our community. The worst. Nigga, every time it's a tax cut, it always fuck up our schools, our school funding. It don't bother white people shit because they own property. We not property owners. If you read Communist Manifesto, it talks about the bourgeoisie, the upper class, and the people the landowners against the proletariat. The people who got to work for these people. The people who own land need people to farm it and work on it. But they never pay them their worth. And they always taking advantage of. The bourgeoisie can't exist without the proletariat. And a lot of times, it's a revolution. Like in France, it's a revolution because that shit, they got fed up with that shit. It's always a revolution everywhere in history, but it's never one in America. And every time there is one, and I ain't saying we need a revolution. I ain't trying to be like a rebellion. I'm just saying, it's just out of hand, my nigga. There's no checks and balances. They kill all our leaders. Every time somebody talk up, they kill them. Shit, I'm racing my life right now. I don't give a fuck. I'd rather die helping my people than live not doing nothing, not saying nothing. I cannot not be honest. And shit be so trivial. They make seatbelt laws just so they could have a reason to fuck with us. They make all these traffic, little petty shit just so they could pull us over. At nighttime, see, this is the thing too. During the daytime, most traffic shit happens. At nighttime, they don't know who black or white. They can't really see. But they always they got an excuse. What's the excuse to be usually? Oh, you ain't got a seatbelt on. Or your tail light broke. Or I smell weed. They used to love that I smell weed shit. I remember one time, right? What the fuck was that? I was somewhere, my nigga. I think I was going over the Q Bridge for some reason, going towards East. I was going to Fairhaven, East Haven, some shit. And a cop gonna fucking pull me over. I'm legit as fuck. Pull me over, right? The cop asked me for my license and registration. I gave it to him. She came out legit. You know what this motherfucker said to me? He said, I smell marijuana. I said, motherfucker, you lying. You better all smelling cocaine. He said, get the fuck out the car. Check my car and shit after I said that. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, I apologize, man. Yada, yada. I was looking for, I had a silver car. The car he looking for was a gold car. I'm like, silver and gold is fucking different. So yeah, I had to check. You know you didn't, motherfucker. A silver and gold car. I ain't even matched the description. You know what I'm saying? And that's another thing they do too. They'll say they got a phone call for somebody. I don't used to be in the hood. And they just run up on us and shit. Saying we got a phone call. Nigga, ain't nobody in the projects gonna call the cops on us. Nigga, nobody, my nigga. Because we was always family and we all grew up together. Wasn't nobody calling the cops on nobody in the projects. And every day we got a phone call. Somebody had a gun. Or we had a phone call. They can always find excuses. And my nigga, we need to stop all that shit. We need to stop. If cops don't need to be in black communities, nobody call them. Cops don't need to arrest nobody or put nobody over if they ain't doing no fucking real crimes. Because even not doing no crimes could get us arrested. Even not doing nothing violent could get us killed. Fuck all that shit. Fuck all that shit, my nigga. It's time for change, my nigga. And that Obama change, we need real change in real time. And that's what being political is about. My podcast is about politics, my nigga. Sometimes I dabble in some entertainment shit. I will do that. You know what I mean? A nigga need views. That's the only reason. I don't give a fuck about none of that other shit, my nigga. Really though, I'm really for this right here, my nigga. The news report a bunch of shit. This is our news. And fuck they side. Fuck the police side. Because they always gonna glorify the police. They always gonna justify the police. And the police protects white people. You know why all the white people protect? White people only protect police when they harassing us. When white people don't give a fuck about police if they ain't harassing black people. If wasn't no black people here, there probably be no police. That's how much white people give a fuck about police. If you don't live in a city, you shouldn't work in this fucking city anyway. What's up with that shit? You got white people in the suburbs who don't have no connection to us. All they do is see us on the fucking news because of police propaganda. Because of news propaganda, and they think the worst of us. They show the worst of us. They show us being fucking stereotypes. They show us being arrested. They show us with fucking cracking and 50-minute indictment and shit. They show the negative shit. And when they come in here, they're already scared. So they got a scared white boy going to black communities, and they already hate us. But we don't need no fucking white cops in black communities. We don't need no Latinos in black communities. Like, we don't need no blacks in white communities. We don't need no black cops in white communities. Both ways. Nigga, black people in the communities need them jobs. They need police in their own community because a lot of shit can get diffused because we family, we know each other. We ain't going to treat each other like we see each other as humans. White people don't even see us as humans. They gotta meet quotas. We gotta get rid of that quota shit. Cause that incentivizes arrest. That means you gotta go and make arrests. Even though it's just they make up crimes, son, just to arrest people. And they let the courts figure it out. You could be innocent, but you still gotta wait in the county for months because you poor. You come from a poor community, you ain't gonna make bond. So these people are working. It's just fucked up, son. There's so many people who work for the judicial system, and I said it before, we provide so many jobs when they arrest us. That shit gotta stop. We're not commodities. We're not fucking cattle. We're not licks. Every one of us look like money to them. If we make this money to arrest, we get this much money. We get bonuses. They get bonuses and shit to arrest us. Nigga, how many people are in jail because a cop won a bonus? Every time it's a big arrest, somebody moves up. And they get big for our imprisonment. When cops kill us, then they get the same time we'll get for killing them. If we'll get death row, they can see death row for killing us. If we hit them, if we get charged for hitting them, they should get charged for hitting us. It shouldn't be a fucking one-way street. When the fuck is that gonna stop? That's a true injustice. When the fuck are we gonna make that a fucking thing where we need equal treatment? Cops can't hit us or harass us or kill us. That should be a law. That should be a felony itself. If it's a felony for us, it should be a felony for them. No breaks. And we need to start giving them urines daily. They need daily urines. They be on cocaine, they be on fucking methamphetamine, they be on motherfucking crack, they be on fucking steroids, they be on tape shit. You think this is super aggressive? White people ain't that fucking aggressive. That's they on fucking drugs. That's a Big Bad Podcast, man.